Hi, everybody. My name's James Barkley, and welcome to my presentation today. A little bit about who I am. So you can probably tell from my accent, I'm Australian. I've been in the US the past 11 years now. I've spent 19 years in the advertising industry. So starting out as a junior art director, going to art director, senior art director, associate creative director, and now to creative director position. Originally from Melbourne, I was working there for around 8.5 years. I then jumped the pond, moved to Boston, where I was working at an advertising agency there for 6.5 years. And then I've been in New York City for the past 4 years. Photography is also a big part of my practice. So I will go into a bit more of that later on. Photography is the medium of choice that I use for all the Radius Collective exhibitions. So yeah, I definitely consider myself equal parts creative director, photographer, and I will take you through the creative direction part of my practice to start with. So these are some of the clients that I've had the opportunity to work on the past 19 years. Some very recognizable global brands here. The most recent one, Pepsi. So I've been freelancing at PepsiCo for the past 7 months. And what I thought I would do was take you through a couple projects that I've worked on. This is a bit of a snapshot overall of just some of the campaigns that I've had the opportunity to work on. So everything from eBay to Planet Fitness, new branding campaign for them, Party City, a driver's insurance campaign that ended up going viral in Australia, something for Duncan, Puma, and even helping promote one of Ken Burns' documentaries on country music. So a kind of wide variety of different clients and fun projects. This was a campaign that I did for eBay, promoting their pre-loved fashion. So the problem we had was that eBay is not perceived as a credible shopping destination for high-end fashion or authentic goods. Some people even refer to it as Fleabay. And fast fashion is terrible for the environment and contributes 92 million tons of textile waste each year, making circular fashion more important than ever. So the challenge was, could eBay promote sustainability by establishing its own fashion credentials? And so the big idea here was to partner eBay with Vogue, who has the most fashion credentials globally. And so we did a partnership hand in hand with Vogue. And me and my creative partner, while we were looking through the archives of Vogue from the past 100 years, we noticed that a lot of the fashion items you could get on eBay today. So vintage fashion listings. So that's what we ended up doing. We invited Twiggy back 56 years later to recreate one of her iconic shoots from 1967, wearing all the same accessories and fashion sourced from eBay. This was a double-page spread that appeared in Vogue magazine, also British Vogue magazine. We did a documentary behind-the-scenes video with Twiggy as well, which is now housed at MoMA in the permanent collection. And I will take you through the case study for this.
Fast fashion contributes to 92 million tons of textile waste every year. To promote sustainability, eBay, home to millions of pre-owned and vintage fashion, partnered with the ultimate authority on style, Vogue. We circled back over 100 years of their archives and discovered that almost everything in the pages of Vogue could be sourced on eBay today. So, for Fashion Week, we invited Twiggy, icon from the 60s, back for the October issue of Vogue to recreate her famous shot from 1967 with the same vintage accessories found on eBay.
Today has been quite an extraordinary day for me. Going back in time to recreate the shot by Bert Stern that I did in 1967.
Then she walked the red carpet to launch Fashion Week in her recreated eBay look. To bring it full circle, the accessories from the campaign were auctioned off on eBay in support of sustainability, raising thousands of dollars. The campaign made the fashion headlines. And the world loved it.
Fashion is circular anyway, it goes round and comes round.
Okay, and another project we did for eBay was having their debut at the Met Gala. So Vogue is the key sponsor of Met Gala. So we had the opportunity to integrate eBay into the Met Gala. And so what we did was we partnered with an up-and-coming talent at the time, which was Ice Spice, and we did a first of its kind integration into the live stream of the Met Gala. And so I'll take you through the case study of that project.
Fast fashion contributes to 92 million tons of textile waste every year. Could eBay help drive sustainability by encouraging people to buy pre-owned and vintage fashion? At the world's biggest fashion event of the year, where fans tune in to find out what's in style, eBay put pre-owned and vintage fashion center stage. In partnership with Vogue and New York's trend-setting rapper Ice Spice, eBay was ready for its fashion debut. It started with a personal invitation from Anna Wintour, followed by a teaser post.
Hi, it's Ice Spice, and I'm partnering with Vogue and eBay. Join me for fashion's biggest night out.
And social lit up.
I seen this on Twitter, and Ice Spice teamed up with Vogue and eBay.
So that right there says she got a personal invitation from Anna Wintour.
I truly can't wait to see what she's gonna wear.
For the big day, we curated a vintage fashion collection with Ice Spice, all sourced from eBay. Then, right in the middle of the live stream, when all eyes were on what Ice Spice was wearing, millions of viewers could shop her look in the first of its kind e-commerce integration.
Tell us about your look.
Do not adjust your screen. You have made it to fashion heaven. I'm Ice Spice. And I selected some of my favorites just for you. Everyone deserves a timeless piece. Get yours from my iconic designers collection only on eBay.
And then, for the after party, fans watched Ice Spice get ready in eBay-sourced Prada and Pucci vintage clothes.
Well, thank you, eBay, for the look. Shall we?
eBay's pre-owned fashion spent the night among the most fashionable Met guests. Her getting ready video was viewed more than Cardi B's, Doja Cat's, and Dua Lipa's. At the world's biggest fashion event of the year, eBay was not only in fashion, eBay was driving the conversation.
Thanks for joining me.
Okay, now a vastly different project that I had the opportunity to work on was for the American Lung Association and their lung cancer screening. So the problem we were faced with was that lung cancer is the #1 cancer killer in America, and early stage lung cancer is asymptomatic. So most of the people don't even know that they have it. So the challenge we were faced with was to create a message that would lift the stigma surrounding lung cancer and empower former smokers to start screening with a new low-dose CT scan. And so the campaign idea that we came up with was to feature former smokers who had smoked 2 packs of cigarettes a day, but had quit. And they basically conquered this mountain of all the cigarettes that they'd smoked in their lifetime to the top of the mountain where they were screened and saved by the scan. And so here is the TV commercial that we did.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking, now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Beauty is wasted on youth, meaning that you're wiser when you're older, and there's some truth in that. I smoked for over 15 years. It becomes a part of you, and that's the hard part, is it's not just the physical addiction, it's the emotional and mental addiction that's hard to break.
Right now, lung cancer is the #1 cancer killer of men and women, killing about 155,000 people each year.
There's this horrible, debilitating stigma that surrounds lung cancer. What we hear most often is, I was embarrassed to even tell people that I had lung cancer, because the first question that comes out of their mouths is always, well, did you smoke? Or are you a smoker? And the point back to them should be, if I was or if I am, do I deserve to be dying from this disease?
It's a cancer that is often a silent killer. It's not detected until late stages, when oftentimes it's too late. Now there's this new lung cancer screening. It's a low-dose CT scan.
I've gone from scan to cancer survivor. I never had the anxiety that some people have, and that's the benefit of the CT scan, is that you can do early detection.
The main crux of the whole idea for this campaign is that, no matter how much you smoked, you can still be saved by the scan. And the idea was really inspired by former smokers themselves. We came up with the visual of what does 30 years of smoking look like? And that was a mountain of cigarettes. Our hero, which is Eva Marie, will be climbing that mountain, and it's symbolic of the struggle that people have gone through to quit, because it's not easy, and really that empowerment of that heroic moment of being on top of that mountain thanks to this new screening.
The image of climbing a mountain like that is powerful, because it is how my insides feel. My lungs still are not completely healed from the amount of cigarettes that I smoked, and never will be. But I'm okay, and I keep getting my scans, and that's what counts.
The goal of this campaign is really to drive awareness of lung cancer and the screening that's out there, and get people to go to savedbythescan.org, where they can take a risk assessment quiz, and if they qualify, speak to their doctor about getting screened.
It was really important to get the message out that the scan is a good thing for you. It's not something scary. It'll just give you peace of mind.
It's going to save a lot of lives. So the more people we can communicate to, the better it will be, and getting the ball rolling on early detection, because early detection is the only way to beat this cancer.
I'm living proof that the CT scan is a real benefit to people. I encourage that they proceed with the CT scan, because it certainly saved my life.
So this was part of the out-of-home campaign that we did, and you'll see there that we used the Surgeon General warning kind of look and feel for the headline there, which we carried through all of the pieces of the campaign. This was a billboard that was seen across the country. We did an online quiz that former smokers could take, and then it would determine if they're suitable to take the scan. And this was the result. We ended up getting countless letters from former smokers who saw our campaign. They either saw the billboard or the TV commercial, etc. They got screened, they found lung cancer, they had it removed, and then they were in remission. So it's not always working on campaigns to sell something. Sometimes it can be working on something that can help make a positive impact on someone's life. So I love these types of projects. Okay, so that was my creative direction. Now delving into some of the photography that I have done. So I thought I would take you through some projects that I have done with Radius Collective and then just some personal projects as well. So this was a project from 2023 that we exhibited at Midway Gallery at the Midway Artist Studios. Our theme was underline. So the work was based on the observation of an underlying phenomenon, bringing to focus occurrences which often go unexamined in our daily lives. So my piece was You're Gonna Love Me. That's what I named it. And it was photography taken in Coney Island in the summer of 2022. My artist statement here, Coney Island has been a New York phenomenon since the 19th century. This series aims to capture some of the energy, fun, atmosphere, and visual stimuli one is exposed to on a trip there. I believe it's the special energy that comes from the mix of all walks of life there that draws people back and has made it such an iconic playground that has withstood the test of time. No matter your age or where you come from, there's something everyone can love at Coney Island. And so the project was kind of a mix of portraits, also environmental moments as well. And so this series, like a lot of my series, was shot analog photography. So I just love the quality that film provides. And this was the exhibition in Boston that we did. That's Radius Collective, some of our members on the right there. Another exhibition we did, this was 2025 at UMass Lowell. The theme we had was graphies. So each artist records and represents their personal graphy. So exposing a memory, observation, or daily experience that calls for a closer look. My graphy was obviously photography, the recording of ephemeral moments in a time with a camera on light-sensitive film, drawing with light. And so my series was called Calm in the Storm, and it was all shot at Elizabeth Street Garden in New York. And at the time, the garden was under threat of being closed down. Public green spaces in New York City are rare and precious commodity, which is why the community's outrage over the impending destruction of Elizabeth Street Garden for a new housing development is so profound. Despite alternative sites being suggested for the project, Mayor Adams, at the time, remained resolute in his decision to proceed. This photographic series seeks to preserve and map the fleeting moments and memories of this cherished space before it is irrevocably lost. By framing the images as if they were part of a verdant wall, the work aims to offer the viewer a similar sensation of being engulfed in the garden's lush and calming greenery. So this was the final setup, which I kind of arranged and curated in a way that felt like that verdant wall. And so again, it was a mix of portraits, but then also environmental portraits. Again, I was shooting all of this analog photography, and this is a final shot of it in the gallery at UMass Lowell. Okay, another project. This was 2022, down in Corpus Christi at Produce Gallery. The theme we were working with was Align. So each member of Radius Collective conducted an interview with another member for 20 to 30 minutes, and each interview started with the same first question. What is the first thing you think about when you hear the word align? And then each member then created 3 executions in response to the interview, as well as their own understandings, interests as related to align. And so my piece was visually exploring the physical and emotional state in which a couple aligns. So the thought here was that as the pandemic continued to strip away the superficial, relationships have either become stronger um, or faded away with the old world. And one truth that holds is how aligning on core values is the utmost importance for a thriving relationship, and hugs. So this was 3 photographs that I took of a couple in Jamaica Plain, Boston. And this was the exhibition that we did in Corpus Christi, the final piece. Okay, another one from 2024. This was our exhibition in Rome, Italy. Our theme was tangent, and tangent meaning a straight line or plane that touches a curve or curved surface at a point, but if extended, does not cross it at a point or a completely different line of thought or action. So my piece was called Untangled, photographed in New York City, 2023. And this project was informed by the tangent line points on the tangled and curved New York City subway map lines. The exact location above ground to a tangent line point is the resulting photograph, giving an alternative visual context to the regular map. And the process of documenting these points felt very much like an untangling of the chaos and complexity of the city. And so this is where I started, the map of New York City, basically picking out all the tangent line spots on those curved subway lines. And then after identifying where all the tangent lines was, I went there physically and took a photograph above ground to where those tangent lines were. And these are the resulting photographs. This project was definitely challenging because some of the places that I went to was not somewhere I would traditionally take a photograph. So I had to, I guess, get out of my comfort zone and try and make a compelling image in a difficult location sometimes. And this was the final exhibition in Rome. This was a personal project that I was doing in 2020, and I called it Low Tide. This was when I was living in Boston, East Boston. My artist statement here is COVID-19 continues to strip away constancy from our daily lives. Other truths about our lives are being discovered. East Boston, better known as Eastie, is surrounded by the majesty of the Boston Harbor, resplendent, innovative, mighty. And as the sun begins to set, the dusky hours of low tide reveal the hidden layers of harbor and denizens. Resident portraits and environmental studies comprise this series, in which I continue to explore the ideas of time and place. And the photographs were basically on my walks around the neighborhood I was living in, capturing portraits, what I saw during the day, during the night. I kind of was suffering cabin fever, like I'm sure a lot of us were during quarantine. So I was just doing what I knew best, photographing my surroundings. And this was another project that I did during COVID over kind of late summer of 2020. And I was documenting the beachgoers during the pandemic. So this was at one of the beaches in Boston. This is a more recent one, I guess, from 2024, Kyklades, on one of my trips to Greece. And this was the exhibition of those shots at a gallery in Tribeca. These are just some of the final photos. So thank you all for your time. If you're interested in keeping up with my journey, you can follow me on Instagram, James Barkley Photography. Thank you.